All right, welcome to the third episode of the JK podcast. I'll be filling in for Jason today. He couldn't be here today with us, neither could Javierito, but we decided to make an episode either way because we had some things to talk about. And well, today we had two games. We had the Bucks and the Heat. The Bucks survived, getting swept by the Heat, even though their superstar player Giannis got injured very early in the game, but they managed to pull it out in overtime. Let's talk about that first, then we'll get to the Lakers game. I'd say the Heat game was really it was a pretty cool game, pretty intense game. I think the reason the Heat lost was probably because they're so used to having their defensive game plan around
Around
like
Giannis.
containing Giannis. Yeah, around Giannis. It looked like they were lost guarding everyone else because they depend so heavily on having Giannis
They were lost.
on the court, like having Bam and Crowder surround Giannis and everyone else just like watch the passing lanes for whenever Giannis is trying to get rid of the ball. And it just looked like they were lost today. I do think they'll win the series. They should have won today, let's be honest. They really should have won the game either way.
I mean, we better win the series. We ain't going to be the first team to
y'all better,
3-0 lead. What the heck?
For sure. Y'all better win. I think you'll win the series for sure. Like next game, I don't think, especially if Giannis doesn't play, I think you'll win either way if he plays next game. But especially if he doesn't, I think y'all will adjust fine and y'all will win. But I did notice that you guys did struggle when Giannis left the game because the whole game plan is revolved around stopping Giannis and letting someone else beat you. And someone else did beat you today. Chris Middleton had a super good game. He scored 22 points in the third quarter. He hit the dagger at the end of the game. It was not really fun to watch as a Heat fan, right? I would guess, Jose.
6 points.
It was a hard game to watch, definitely. Especially because I thought the game was over in the fourth quarter when there was like 8 minutes left in the game. We were up 100-92, I think, something like that. I thought we were about to take over the game. I was about to get the broom and everything. And then we went like 5 minutes straight, almost 5 minutes, without scoring a single.
Y'all were stuck at 100 for a long time.
Yeah, we were stuck in 100 for like 5 minutes, not joking. Like, and Jimmy Butler hit a runner. That was our first basket, and it took like 5 minutes. So we can't keep having those sluggish fourth quarters. Jimmy Butler has to be more aggressive.
He needs to stop trying to draw fouls. He was trying to draw fouls at the end of the game every single possession. He's got to try to score the ball.
Yeah, he still did get fouled once. They did not.
He did get fouled. That was, and I agree with the commentators. They were saying that rule is so stupid, bro.
Yeah, it is.
You
stupid.
get fouled on the play, and if they don't call the foul and the ball's off you
should be able to review
the ball,
it. Just
just
give us the ball. That's what I said. Like, fix it. Just give us the ball. Like, he clearly got fouled.
The thing is that if you give the Heat the ball, everyone will complain because it's against the rules. That's the thing.
I know, but
the
he
rule
clearly got
stupid.
fouled.
They followed the rule, but I know the rule is stupid, but they did follow the rules.
Yeah, I know.
But it is very dumb.
Anyway, we did not lose because of that foul call. We didn't lose because of that,
not.
so whatever. So I'm not gonna complain about that. It was one bad foul call.
Tyler Hero was really, really doing it today.
He's a bad man.
I'm very impressed. He's a very bad boy, man. He's a very bad guy.
Three threes, 2 in that overtime period. That was crazy. But
crazy.
Man, Chris Middleton, he had 9 points in the overtime period. He destroyed us with that last one.
Thing is, Middleton, as soon as Giannis left the game, he took over the game, and it was cool to see because, like, you know how people say Giannis doesn't have any help? Well, there he is. Like,
he clearly has
Chris
help.
Middleton. He clearly has help.
But Middleton played 48 minutes.
So he didn't have a.
Yeah, and also Chris Middleton played.
Yeah, I know he played a lot of minutes. Yeah.
Which was the most minutes by any Bucks player this season.
This season, and that also is very indicative of how well the Bucks were doing in the regular season. Because I think Giannis only played like 30 minutes per game this season, which is fantastic for them. But that is also very indicative of how deep that roster is. You know,
They have a
like
really good supportive
they
cast.
don't need to play Giannis. Yeah, they don't need to play Giannis 36 minutes a game to win a game. You know, and it was, and let's be real, they do play very well without him. I'm not saying they're the same team because you're missing your defensive anchor in the paint, and you have your mismatch creator. Like he's a really good player.
I think
but
it
they
looks
do
really
play
bad
really
on
good
Giannis
basketball.
though. Like going down 3-0.
It does look very terrible on Giannis.
Going down 3-0 and then winning the only game he didn't play. It looks really bad. But it also demonstrated how good of a team he has. He has a lot of help. They have a lot of depth. And Chris Middleton shot the lights out. He took like 28 shots also. So he was being really aggressive. He got he got fouled a couple of times, hit all his free throws. So, I mean, honestly, the Heat played really good offense, I think, but our defense was horrible. Like,
yeah, y'all look lost.
Yeah, we got lost. Like, our defensive scheme was shattered once Giannis went down. Like, Giannis went down, and we didn't know what to do on defense. So, hopefully, next game we adjust.
What do you think about the game, Kevin?
It's like y'all were playing against a whole different team. Like, y'all were playing against a whole different team. Like, without Giannis, is like all the players there, like they don't have to worry about setting up Giannis. Like, I'm not saying Giannis can't create his own shot, but like a lot of the shots get set up or like through pick and roll or whatever. Like this is just people that were just trying to get their own shot. Like Middleton became way more of an ISO scorer. Eric Bledsoe was shooting mid. Everybody was trying to get theirs. Like DiVincenzo was slashing. Like you don't really see him do that. Like off the dribble, things like that. Like it put more pressure on like the player, like the whole team in general. And then they're just trying to score. Like Chris Middleton, like instead of like deferring to Giannis, he's like, oh well, I'm the best player, so I got to carry. So he's like, I got to score. I can't defer. I can't rely on Giannis. I have to make this shot. You know what I mean? It's like, like, it was just more. There's way more pressure. Like, and yeah, back to like, I guess like Miami, like they weren't used to this. Like the team, like Miami was basically like just kind of like beating Milwaukee more because of like their shot creators and like the shots they're making more threes. But when like Milwaukee's making like similar amount of threes, like they're actually hitting their shots. And like you don't have like Giannis. I mean, Giannis played good today. He had 19 points, 11 minutes, but it hasn't been regular for like the series. Like he's been shooting 30-something%, if that, like missing easy shots, missing threes, like that offense. And then like Milwaukee, when they know like there's like a good chance the shot's gonna go in, or like it just it just boosts your confidence, and that goes a long way. Like when you expect the shot to go in, that just helps the whole team overall, makes it play hard on defense and things like that. But
and
also back to the point of
my bad. No, you can continue. My bad.
And also like back to the point of like how like Milwaukee, like how they're so used to like blowing out teams, and like there's like and like the first two games, like they only lost by like 6 points in totals because they struggle in closing out games because like most of the time they're just blowing out teams. And like the whole excuse is like, oh yeah, who are you gonna give the ball to, Chris Middleton or Giannis, or like they don't have a closer on the team. Obviously they do. I mean, at least basically based off this one game, I mean, it could be a fluke, but based off this one game, it looked pretty legit. Like people say, like at least on Bleacher Report, like a few weeks ago, they came out with like a month ago, they came out with like the rankings, the player rankings, and they had Chris Middleton as a top 10 player in the NBA. Like I'm not saying he's a top 10 player, but he looked like a top 10 player tonight.
He's definitely not top 10.
He put a lot of pressure despite shooting. Despite shooting 43% from the field, like he still looked dominant. Like he looked like he was like the best player on the court, at least in the second half. So he did. He's capable of being a closer.
Yeah, he is more than capable of being a closer. Yeah, I would agree with that.
And what I was gonna say, like, I don't want to sound like I'm saying Giannis is like a ball stopper or anything, but realistically, like he had those 19 points early in the game. They were down. Like the team wasn't playing all that well, as a team. Like they were down, even though he was having a great game. And you could definitely see how the team gets everyone else more involved when he's not on the court.
Yeah, the ball was really moving faster.
The ball's moving. Brook Lopez is getting open shots. Like, he doesn't always hit, of course. But Eric Bledsoe felt more confident. You saw him taking off the dribble. He took Duncan Robinson off the dribble in one time, and he scored on him. Like, you see Middleton, we saw what he did today. I just think the Bucks, they just have better ball movement when he's not on the court. And if I'm not mistaken, he's had a negative plus minus. Maybe not today because he played very shortly. But he has a very, like, every game he has a negative plus minus. And I don't know. I just think I'm not going to call him a ball stopper because he does get rid of the ball fairly quickly whenever there's pressure on him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't exactly create for his teammates. And most of the teams are just waiting around for him to have to pass off a double team. And there's really no ball movement, you know. And that was really clearly proven today. They had excellent ball movement and they won the game.
Yeah. Something that I saw was that at the start of the game, it kind of looked like Miami was about to blow out the Bucks. We even, like, ruined their entire rotation. Like, they usually, when you watch the Bucks games, Giannis usually sits down pretty early. So they usually sit him down at, like, the 6-minute mark or something like that. But then this game, they sat him down a bit later, and then they brought him back in. Like, they gave him, like, a 2-minute rest. They brought him back in. So he was trying to backpack his team. And he was actually playing well, but he looked so gassed. So I was like, I was super overconfident, like, okay, we're going to take over. Giannis is gassed. Even though he's playing really well, like, he's gassed. There's no way the Bucks are going to come back and win this. Giannis is not going to be able to backpack because he's used to playing 30 to 32 minutes a game. Can't just go from playing 30 to 32 minutes a game and then play, say, 46 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going to be super hard. So I was, like, super confident. I was okay. He was about to tie the game and everything. I was like, we're fine. He's gassed. They're going to have to sit him later or he's going to play bad. And then we're going to take over again. But then once Giannis went down, the Bucks just started playing better.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I'm also, like, in OT, like, Miami really couldn't buy a bucket. If it wasn't for Tyler Hero, they would have lost by, like, 9 or something points. Because Revin, and I think they finished the game with, like, 1 team, and Tyler Hero hit 2 big threes at the end. If it wasn't for those they were, like, turning the ball over, missing a bunch of easy shots. And if it wasn't for Tyler Hero, they would have lost by more.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I was saying about Jimmy Butler, like, Jimmy Butler's got to stop trying to draw a foul on every play at the end of the game. I know he's really good at it, but he wasn't getting the call. Like, there was this one, I think it was the second to last possession, where he just drove and he just chucked up a shot, and there was no foul call, and the Bucks went down the court. I'm not exactly sure if they scored, but you could have iced the game on that play, you know? Say you actually try to score the ball other than draw a foul, you could have iced the game and they would have swept the Bucks, you know? Like, I don't know. I think the Heat will get it done, especially if Giannis plays next game. I think it'll be even easier because the thing is the Bucks know that Giannis is their superstar player, and sometimes I feel like they try to force feed him there so that he can, like, move their offense. But it's really not all that necessary because he's not a great creator for the rest of the team. He usually gets stuck whenever there's for example, Bam and Jay Crowder, they're making him get stuck in the paint. If he's not, like, dunking fast or, like, in a fast break or Euro stepping, he's stuck.
Yeah.
And I think if the Bucks play without him, they might have especially now that he's injured, if they play without him, they might have a better chance. At least winning another game, not winning the series because they have to win another 3 games.
I still have the Heat winning Miami 5 right now. I thought we were going to sweep.
Yeah, the Heat will win.
I think we're winning next game. It's
I
over.
feel like it's way more competitive. And also, Kevin, I was going to say, anyone who believes the Bucks ain't a playoff team without Giannis, I think this game is very indicative that they could. I
said it all year. They are a playoff team without Giannis.
They're a playoff team without Giannis. They really are. Anyone who thinks,
I mean, the Nets made it and they suck. But
yeah, well, the Nets made it and the Magic made it. Like they're better than the Magic. I'd say they're better than the
they're
Magic.
good too.
Bro, they might be better than the Pacers. So
they well, maybe not a completely healthy Pacers, but if they're like right there probably, and that might be just like a little detriment to the MVP case. Let's not talk about that today, but he's probably gonna win it anyway. But that can't be said for every MVP that your team is still.
The Pacers completely underperformed.
Man, but the Pacers, I'll excuse the Pacers.
The Pacers completely underperformed. Yeah, last year they got to 6. I don't know why they got swept. That's crazy. But
it was Miami, bro. We took over.
But
no, Miami was.
Yeah, okay, but yeah. And also, like, another reason I think Giannis is struggling is because back to the point where you're saying that when you're not really getting points in transition, like, it's pretty hard for Giannis to score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I guess you have, like, Bam down low. Like, your team is it's hard to play fast and just throw the ball over to Giannis and start, like, a fast break or whatever. So a lot of his offense has been negated because Miami's just so efficient. Too.
Also, if you think about it, most of the time since the Heat, the Bucks, they surrender a lot of threes, and mostly when you miss a three, it's a long rebound. Therefore, I'd say it's easier for you to like run a break right after a long rebound as long as you secure it. But the Heat don't miss. The Heat don't miss. If you surrender a lot of threes, not exactly with the intent of getting a long rebound.
Yeah.
But if you surrender a lot of threes and the other team is hitting them, then where's your fast break points?
Yeah.
Like, they're not getting any fast break points, and the Bucks are really good at like grabbing the rebound and pushing it to Giannis so he can get an easy fast break bucket, and that's just not happening for them. They're just not getting those buckets, man.
Yeah, tonight Jay Crowder hit 6 threes, bro. And Duncan Robinson also hit 6
Jay Crowder
threes.
was balling, yeah. Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, they were all really
I think we
caught fire at the end of the game. They just
that's why I said like I think we honestly we kind of balled out on offense. Like we just had some bad possession. Like that 5-minute stretch killed us, bro. But overall, we were having a really good offensive game.
I also think Kendrick Nunn needs to be a little bit better. I think, don't you say?
He's not getting many minutes, honestly. So it's like whatever. But yeah, he's
missing. He'll take like
open shots.
Yeah, he'll take like 6 shots and he'll miss like 4 of them. He'll go 2 of 6 every game, and that's not exactly really good. Because I mean, today I think he hit a really good transition 3, and like I think they put the Heat ahead of the Bucks in that sequence.
Yeah, but the Heat don't honestly need Kendrick Nunn like balling out in order to win games.
No, they don't need him to ball out, but he would be a great addition to the team.
I mean, yeah, but I think we would have won anyways. Our defense killed us.
Oh, probably, yeah.
It's our defense.
I know. Yeah, y'all probably would have won the game if Giannis would have played.
Kendrick Nunn can score 0 points.
Y'all would have kept doing what you're doing.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn could honestly.
He barely played. He's barely played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's barely played. But what I'm saying is that he was really good for.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like Kendrick Nunn.
Playoffs, but yeah.
He barely played for you guys this postseason, but like he was 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting. So anything that he could give you is just a bonus. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he is playing, even though it's a little bit. Anything that he could give you is great, especially since it's mostly shooting what he does. Like, it's not exactly like, for example, he's not like really driving all that much. But since you guys' thing is mostly 3-point shooting, if he can hit those shots, that really helps you guys. I don't know. I just think Kendrick Nunn got to be a little bit better. I don't think he's really necessary, but if he is playing well, like it's really great. It would be really great for you guys.
The thing about Kendrick Nunn, like I don't think he's gonna really be like a deciding factor. So, if Tyler Hero scores 5, I don't expect Miami Heat to win. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like
no, for sure.
Kendrick Nunn
what
can
I'm
score
saying
like 0 points for like the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, they don't need him out there scoring in order to win.
They don't need him, but do you think that it'll be?
I expect him to play like better defense, but
Celtics series in the case. What if they in the Celtics series?
I mean, maybe they might if they play the Celtics. Maybe you might want to play him.
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe for the Celtics he'd be a little
defense,
bit.
Maybe for the defense. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if you could say he's a better defender than Goran Dragic. Maybe put him on Kemba, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's maybe debatable. Well, I guess anything else y'all want to say about the Bucks Heat?
Well, Heat in 5. That's all I gotta say.
Heat in 5. I guess we agree, right, Kevin?
Yeah,
Heat in 5.
They should win.
All right.
Yeah,
and what about our?
I don't see them winning the series or whatever, man. I mean, the Bucks.
What about our second game today?
Lakers Rockets.
Lakers Rockets. It looked like they were going to choke the game. It really did. They were up 21. Then they were down like 5. Westbrook didn't really have a great he had an awful game. Let's just call it.
He played like trash. He had an awful game.
He played like trash.
Say it like it is.
5 fouls. Yeah, he played like trash. But they almost won the game. You know, they almost won the game regardless. And I was kind of concerned as a Laker fan. I gotta admit. They were up 21 and then they just choked. We couldn't buy a bucket.
I don't know why Westbrook was out there, bro.
No, he shouldn't have been out there. At some point, you just got to realize he's not doing anything for you. Like, just sit him down.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like in the last 2 minutes of the game, why is he out there? He has 5 fouls. He can't shoot. He's been having a bunch of turnovers and
he's getting swatted every time he goes in the paint.
Yeah, like,
every time.
Like LeBron must hate Westbrook because I know that's like Bronny's favorite player or whatever, but. And I guess he's trying to.
He actually might, bro. He might hate him.
I mean, he's like screw Westbrook.
Yeah, he keeps blocking his shot. That was a nasty block. That last one. Like, that went to the 5th row,
bro.
Bro.
Boom like that, but yeah.
LeBron really out there bullying Westbrook, but
yeah, he is.
I think something they said really important during the broadcast. I think it's really. I think it's getting a kind of overlooked. Eric Gordon is really saving the Rockets season. He's playing very, very well. Like they said, and I agree, they wouldn't have gotten past the last round without Eric Gordon. And this series, he's really been their second best player.
Yep, he hit 6 threes today.
And he's scoring. I think he's got at least 23 in both games. I don't know exactly what his total was today, but he got 23 last game. And in this game, he passed 23 like in the third quarter.
Yeah, he got 24 today. So.
But yeah, maybe in the fourth quarter, he wasn't really hitting. Really, realistically, no one on the Rockets was hitting in the fourth quarter. But, he's been really good for them. And if Westbrook can also up his play, and Eric Gordon and James Harden could keep what they're doing right now, they really do have a shot at beating the Lakers, I think. And I don't think it'll happen because I don't think all three of them will play well at the same time. I think, for example, what happened today is probably what's going to happen every time. Like, one of them is not going to have a great game. Last game, they all did play well and they won. So that's kind of why I think that way, that maybe if they all play well, they'll probably win. But today, I think, is more indicative of how the Rockets tend to be. Like, they'll have either Harden and Eric Gordon killing it, or Russ and Gordon, or Russ and Harden, and someone will just not show up. And I don't know. I think Davis did a really good job today at imposing his superior, build in comparison to everyone else. Because, I heard someone say, I mean, he didn't really exactly – he didn't look dominant, but I think he did a better job in terms of
But he played better, yeah.
He played better.
Been dominant in the paint though.
No, last game, he had a cool 25. Yeah. None of that was dominance. He had 25 points off sheer skill. He's just that good. Yeah. He'll get 25.
Yeah.
This game, I think it was a bit better.
What pisses me off about Anthony Davis is he can actually take PJ Tucker in the paint and absolutely destroy him. Mm-hmm. But he keeps fading away with PJ Tucker all over him. Just post him.
LeBron too. LeBron too. Man.
And he let PJ come up too. And he let PJ Tucker get the offense, the rebounders him and Caruso. It was AD and Caruso, and then PJ Tucker just came out of nowhere and got the offensive rebound. I'm like, bro. But and also
LeBron,
kind of back to Eric Gordon,
Yeah.
Like he's like a former, like former 6 man of the year. I think besides Harden, I think he's
really good.
I think he's been there the longest, right? Besides Harden, in terms of the roster, like kind of like he's trusted. Like he's as much as a Rocket as anybody else on that team. Like Coach D'Antoni trusts him to make big shots, and he's been delivering. Like I know he's kind of had his struggles, but like at least so far in the playoffs, he's been playing really great.
He's playing really great defense on LeBron too.
Yeah.
Like LeBron had 7 turnovers today. You know, like the Rockets are really bugging him, and I don't think that'll be a trend. Like I don't think that's going to continue to happen. I don't think
he's not going to have 7 turnovers again. Plus 2 of those were charges. Anyway, LeBron got aggressive in the fourth quarter. He took over. The fourth quarter was all Bron.
He hit a really clutch fadeaway at the end of the game. And
he hit a few threes, right?
And like throughout the game, I was actually looking at the plus minus. Bro, Rajon Rondo. Kevin, I told you, bro. He had a plus 28, bro.
I
don't care. No, you gotta believe, bro. You gotta believe. Like I saw the Rockets, they were like being very disrespectful to Rondo. They were saying that
he plays for them. The door defense.
But they're saying like that Rondo plays for them because he like bricks every 3 or whatever, and that like screws up the Lakers spacing a little bit. Like when not a little bit, it does screw up their spacing when he's on the floor. But I think he actually took over the game today. Like he had 5 steals. Despite his poor shooting from 3, he did a lot of good things for the Lakers. He had 5 steals. He played great on-ball defense. He played good help defense. He even pickpocketed Harden a couple of times. He had 10 points, which is okay for him. He had 9 assists. He had like 6 assists in like 5 minutes, in a 5-minute stretch. Like Rondo played really good. And then Anthony Davis, which was much better. I still want to see him like.
And he took the charge on Westbrook too.
Yeah, he took the charge on Westbrook. I thought it was a charge. They called like a loose ball foul. I thought that was like.
Hey, but it benefited the Lakers, so let's go.
I mean, I didn't think it did because Rondo's a bad free throw shooter too. I thought he was gonna miss.
But it,
Yeah.
What I was gonna say.
No, but it gives Westbrook his 5th foul.
Exactly. It gave Westbrook the 5th foul, and Rondo they got free. It also counts as a foul for the bonus. So if if they have 3 fouls and that puts them in the bonus,
but I mean like had they called a charge, it would have been like better because they have the possession, instead of like Rondo potentially missing a free throw.
Well,
he made one of them. At least he made one of them. Yeah.
He made one, but we like you say we could have gotten a possession out of it, but we could have missed the shot. We could have had 0 points.
I guess.
But like anyway, Rondo had a good game. He looked great. He was really bothering Russ and Harden on defense. But the reason I don't exactly like love Rondo is last game, he really didn't play well last game. And
it was
the thing
his
with
first
Rondo,
game, bro, in a really long time.
I know. But what I'm saying is Rondo tends to be the type of player on defense that tries to get steals, and if he doesn't get them, he'll just let someone go by. Today it worked out because he stripped Harden a couple times and he drew the foul on Westbrook.
I'd still rather have Rondo doing that than Danny Green trying to play defense or KCP.
No, for sure. Like,
defense.
Our guards are awful, and after Avery Bradley, then everyone else is just second place.
Yeah.
But we don't have – so everyone else has to play and everyone else has to step up. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't want to depend on Rondo to win this series. That's the way that I see it. Like I don't want to have.
I'm not saying depending on Rondo, but he's gonna be good. He's an
but what
player.
I'm saying is like, I don't want. Yeah, he had a great game today, but I don't want to have to expect Rondo to do these things because I don't think he can like do this every game. I don't want the Lakers to think like, okay, we like you believe like playoff Rondo. I don't want him to be like the Lakers to be like, we have Rondo. We don't have to worry about that much playmaking. Like LeBron, I feel like LeBron's got to exert himself more on playmaking, and like we said, AD has to be more dominant. And LeBron, yes, it's cool. I don't think he and Rondo can play together because I think that's too much trying to play. I don't think they can play together.
I mean, they played fine. I mean, LeBron also had 9 assists, and he was super aggressive in the fourth quarter, so it didn't really matter.
I think Rondo should probably be the bench runner for the team. Like, I think he should try to set up Kuzma for, like, open shots. I think Markieff Morris – I was saying Markieff Morris should – I was telling my cousin yesterday, Markieff Morris should get more playing time. And as soon as he gets in the game today, he was lighting it up. I think Markieff Morris could be, like, really good for the Lakers. I think he's a good match for the Rockets. Not exactly, like, a good player in general for every series.
Yeah, he's a good match. He's way better than Danny Green or KCP right now. So, yeah, I'd rather have him out there.
He's a bigger body, too. Like, he can grab rebounds. He can bump bodies with Jeff Green. And
by the way, I'm sorry, Kevin, but I want to say this. Did you guys see Danny Green airball like a layup? He was right –
And then AD had to save him.
Bro.
AD had to save him right after.
And then AD grabbed it and fade away kind of,
Yeah, AD grabbed it. Yeah,
that's stupid.
Yeah, he grabbed the dunk and put it back in with the dunk. Like, he saved it, bro. That was horrific.
And he airballed like a 3 like before too. That was stupid.
He airballed a 3. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Danny Green. How many more, bro? How
many more, Danny? How many more?
He's gonna keep
Danny.
Yeah, Danny. But he actually hit his shots today though.
Yeah.
Like from 3.
Take him on. Put him on the bench.
Yeah, but yeah, you gotta keep him on the bench, honestly. And then
the thing is, like, who else is playing
bad on offense too?
Caruso's not good on offense, and who else is playing? If you said Danny, who else is playing? Because Dion Waiters got injured today, and he hasn't really been good. J.R. Smith hasn't played basketball in 2 years. He hasn't hit shots whenever he gets to play. Like, I don't know who he claims he doesn't even like Hennessy. So, whatever. But, like, like, who do you put in for Danny? Like, Alex Caruso, yeah, he's great on defense, but he's anemic on offense. And Danny, at least if he's hitting, like I said, I think it was yesterday, if he's hitting his shots, he'll play good defense. Because that's just – the 3 and D thing for him is just exactly like – yeah, I think the 3 – the 3 comes with the D, and the D comes with the 3.
I mean, he hit like 3 threes today. He still played trash defense.
Well, I believe it's a bad matchup because I told you at the beginning of the series, Russ and Harden were going to cook us either way. I don't think he can guard Harden and.
He doesn't even have to guard Harden.
I think he could do a good job. Well, who is he guarding mostly? He's guarding Harden at top mostly. Like, at least he's trapping in double teams.
Like on Daniel House.
They gotta stop
Daniel House.
By the way, they have to stop double teaming
bro.
Harden, bro. They just gotta stop doing that. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. That leaves an open shooter, especially when Westbrook is on the
court.
bench.
When Harden, when Westbrook's on the court.
Yeah, when
Westbrook
is on the
court, and
bench,
when they had Capella.
When Westbrook is on the bench, like, Harden gets double teamed, then they leave an open shooter, and they got like PJ Tucker or Robert Covington in either corner. They got Eric Gordon wide open. Like, they gotta stop double teaming Harden. It doesn't work. They're gonna keep draining threes. Like, they're gonna take threes every possession, and they're gonna hit most of them. So they gotta stop double teaming Harden. That doesn't work.
Also, I told y'all, like, what I suggested last time,
like a beast.
JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard should have gotten less like playing time this series, and they won today doing that. Dwight Howard didn't step on the court a single time, and JaVale McGee barely. I think he played like 6 minutes.
Yeah, he played 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
He barely played today, and we looked really good because we matched.
The Lakers looked better.
We were up 21, bro. We were up 21 at one point. I mean, we choked the game, but we were up 21. We were playing really well. And I don't know. I just think Dwight Howard didn't play a single second today. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think them two playing on the court is just a mismatch waiting to happen for whoever is on them. Because the thing is, like, if you have Dwight Howard guarding PJ Tucker, Dwight Howard's on the corner guarding PJ Tucker because you can't leave him open. So it basically neutralizes your rim protecting. So why have a slow rim protector guarding the corner 3 when you can have a more mobile player like Markieff Morris? And that's what they did today. And maybe it worked out a little bit better for them. But, like, I like Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee playing when there's a center on the court. But there's no center in the Rocket series. So basically, you're taking your shot blocker out of the paint. So what's the point of even having him on the court if he's not going to shoot threes? He's not going to defend the three well. He'll be slow if someone tries to like blow past him. Like, I don't know. I just think they did very well today in limiting JaVale's minutes. He got injured, but they limited his minutes, and Dwight Howard didn't play a single second. So I don't know. I just thought it was a good game plan decision by Frank Vogel.
Yeah, I think that was good. But anyway, so Lakers, what are your predictions for this series right now?
I got them in. I got Lakers in 4 and 6. Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6.
I think the Rockets might win the next
5,
game.
bro. I'm sticking with it. Lakers in 5. Oh, GOAT James.
I hope so.
Gonna take over, bro.
We'll see.
Trust me.
Well, I hope so, man. Hopefully.
I don't know. I think today was like an anomaly, so I'm not gonna say that. But
I think Lakers
like one
are
good shooting night out of like
I
the past like forever. But
I think Lakers are gonna play.
I mean, it wasn't even a great shooting night. I think Marquise Morris was the only like spectacular shooter today. Yeah, exactly. They only had like a good half because the second half they barely hit anything. But like, I don't know. I think Lakers in 6. I'll give the Rockets one more game, but I think that'll be all for them. But I guess this will wrap up our episode for today, right? Anything else y'all want to say before we wrap it up?
I guess predictions for tomorrow. I guess. See.
I got the Celtics winning tomorrow, and I think the Clippers will bully the Nuggets tomorrow.
I'm gonna go Raptors and Clippers.
I'm going Raptors and Clippers too. But I hope the Celtics beat the Raptors.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I'll wrap it up for today. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. And leave a like. Thank you for the view. Comment section is open for any questions y'all want us to discuss in the video. And peace.
All right. Peace.
Bye.